When the New Year's atmosphere keeps you awake, why not unwind with an episode of wilderness construction? It's the ultimate remedy for late-night insomnia, lulling you into a peaceful slumber. Without further ado, let's begin today's bedtime story. Every Monday morning, my father ventured into the wild, not for necessity, but simply out of boredom. After passing through a dense reed field, he arrived at the base of a fallen tree. Inspired by the surroundings, he decided to transform the area into a temporary wilderness hut. The first step was leveling the ground, as fallen leaves had accumulated over time. Clearing them away, he used a shovel to smooth out a neat open space. For building materials, he selected the fallen log nearby. Winter provided an abundance of deadwood, making it easy to saw off sections and transport them back to the site. Before construction could begin, he dug several pits to anchor the load-bearing columns. Carefully measuring the spacing, he cut the logs to size and secured them firmly with wooden pegs. With the foundation set, he crafted the shelter's framework using flexible branches, relying on experience rather than a blueprint. Despite his rugged appearance, my father was meticulous in his craftsmanship. Each log was carefully placed to create a sturdy, well-aligned wall. After all, the wilderness held many dangers, and a solid shelter was essential for safety. Considering the harsh temperature drops at night, he built a fireplace for warmth. He gathered licorice root, mixed it with mud to form clay, and coated the fireplace frame. The thick clay ensured heat resistance, while a chimney was added for ventilation. Next came the gate. He assembled wooden slats into a sturdy frame, securing them with nails. A small, plastic-covered window allowed light to pass through. With rhythmic hammering, the entrance was completed, attached with leaf hinges for smooth opening and closing. Since the winter ground was both damp and cold, my father built an elevated bed using pre-selected wood. In minutes, he had a comfortable sleeping space. He then crafted a simple wooden table, fixing it to sturdy pillars in the ground. With the interior complete, he turned to the side walls, stacking smooth logs in a precise, interlocking pattern. Given the frequent winter rain and snow, waterproofing was essential. A large black waterproof cloth was spread over the roof, secured with nails. To prevent tearing from branches, he reinforced it with additional wooden slats, later covering them with moss for both insulation and aesthetics. At last, the wilderness shelter was finished. As the day's work came to an end, my father laid out his sleeping bag and lit the fireplace, filling the space with comforting warmth. His dinner was simple, bread and green onions, not for lack of resources, but out of sheer exhaustion. With a deep sigh, he turned off his lantern and drifted into a peaceful sleep, surrounded by the quiet embrace of nature.